I'm Lee and welcome to Nothing to Wear. Now today we have Sal and Al joining me, and if you don't know who they are the phenomenal women behind Two Broke Chicks who basically help us save money when we're shopping. They have the best tips, and I honestly could talk to them for hours, so let's get into it.
You have to do it. You live for fashion.
Hi.
Hi.
Trying very hard not to fangirl, so I'm going to jump straight in. I asked first-time guests the same questions. So, Sal, you're going to go first. Describe your style in 3 words.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Mary Kate and Ashley.
Oh, that is so good. And it's so true.
Thank you.
Al, follow that up.
What would it be?
It's hard to get it down to 3
I am
words.
like the massive, I'm not even doing it in 3 words. I'm just a
Yeah.
massive chameleon. I'm like Pinterest rock vintage.
Love.
Yeah.
You did it.
Thank you.
Okay, so the theory that we think is pretty true, that most women wear 10% of their wardrobe 90% of the time. So the stuff they reach for, and then there's the other stuff they love but don't reach for as much. What's in your 10%, Sal?
Ooh.
Ooh, so the things that I always reach for.
I
Yeah.
could answer this for Sal.
Yeah, honestly. I feel like Alex and I both have very strong uniforms that we stick to. So in terms of the core pieces, it's always a leather jacket of some kind, a graphic vintage band shirt, and then a silk slip skirt.
Oh. Are you the same?
Similar, I would add cowboy boots
Okay.
Yeah.
and a standard pair of blue jeans that fit perfect
Okay. Do you share wardrobes?
all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
In a way that like Sal lends me stuff, and if I really like it, I just like keep it for as long as I can until she asks for
you
it back.
wear it around her and you're like, damn it, now she knows.
She's like, "Do you still have this dress?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I think."
sure, it's mine now.
Yeah.
Now listen, Two Broke Chicks has become such a brand that people look to you for information and for deals. How did this all happen? How did you build the identity? What inspired you to start? It's all about saving money.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
So we met at our old place of work where Sal was a finance and credit cards editor and I was a shopping journalist.
Oh my God.
So we kind of have this background of like money and shopping, and we started it at our old jobs, and then long story short, we left those jobs and started Two Broke Chicks. And how long have we been doing it by ourselves now? 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
We started Two Broke Chicks in October 2021. So during lockdown was when we launched the first season of the podcast. And then, yeah, we went out on our own almost 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And since then, like, you're a household name.
It's crazy.
Oh my God. Why am I blushing?
You are. I shouldn't say household. You're a phone. I don't know. That sounds very. It sounds like you're a scrubbing brush, but you know what I mean.
Thank you. I'll be a scrubbing brush.
Yes,
Sounds like a butt. That's what I look like when I wake up.
Yeah.
I'm not
Me
gonna
too.
lie.
So we're going to talk online shopping hacks, sales strategies, all the good stuff. Basically, what you do for a living.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter, yum. What are your best tried and tested hacks for saving money when it comes to online shopping? I mean, I feel like I just said how long's a piece of string,
Right.
but give me some.
There's so many. I think there's obviously the ones of being like, use a promo code and all
But where
that
do you
lot.
get it? Like, give us the nitty gritty.
We will.
Oh,
Don't
good.
you
Okay.
worry. But I think what I want to start with is like the best way to save money is obviously not spending it. So figuring out whether or not you actually want a purchase, and this is something that was a very lovely journey for me.
It's an ongoing battle.
Yeah, it's an ongoing battle. But I kind of centered it around the question that I asked myself of, do I need it or do I just need a dopamine hit? Whereas, like, that's the whole thing. I was reading this story the other day about a woman who got addicted to buying bunnies at the market.
Real
She was
life
like this,
bunnies?
Yeah. She was like this elderly lady that would go to the markets every week and buy a bunny. And she got, like, addicted to it. And that's where, like, the online shopping addiction comes from, because you get a dopamine hit.
What did she do with all the bunnies?
It was a wild story.
Okay,
and Sal
okay.
got very upset. She was like,
Yeah.
I hope the bunnies are okay. It was actually Sal. She's the old woman who couldn't stop buying bunnies. No.
Okay.
But it's this thing that the more you repeat a behavior, you get like a release of dopamine, but the quality of it lessens. So that's why you shop more and more and more.
I am aware. You did say
Right?
this might be my therapy session. And
Exactly.
as someone with
Yeah.
ADHD and a shopping addiction, I understand.
Exactly. We're on the same page. And so I kind of have a little list of questions that I ask myself of being like, do I need it or do I just need a dopamine hit? So it's things like sitting on the purchase for more than 24 hours, 2 weeks even better, 1 month even better. I know. And if you keep coming up being like, oh, damn it, I do need a new white shirt. Like you're getting dressed and your other one has a pasta stain on it from 2 weeks ago that you didn't wash straight away and you're like, fuck.
True
Yeah.
story.
Sorry, can I swear? My bad.
Yes.
And so if you that thing that's coming up, like, yes, I do need it. The other thing we love doing is digital window shopping. So just go scrolling on Pinterest.
Me too.
Yeah. And then my third is I just do my washing. And I'm like, I don't need any more. I'm
Yeah.
good.
I've recently discovered that with underwear, that is if I just stop going to Kmart to buy more underwear and do my
Yes.
washing more frequently.
It's crazy. You get more underwear. You're
Yeah.
like, whoa,
I
it was
didn't
there
have
the
to
whole
go buy
time.
anymore.
It's
Literally.
like magic. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the way to save money.
When you're not shopping. Like, but if you're going to be shopping, which, like, of course, we're shopping.
Yeah.
We love shopping. She's a gorgeous little girly. But do it around sale events. Like, this is the number one way to be saving money because you should never, ever, ever, ever pay full price. Like, since doing this job, we have realized how often sale events are. And when we were looking into the sale event calendar for this year, which we just released, we
Where
realized...
can people get it?
Yes. So it's
Where?
on our IG.
Okay.
IG.
At Two
Is it
Broke
free?
Chicks.
Yes. Yes,
It's
yes.
free?
Free. We're for the chicks.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
bang for buck for the
God.
chickies.
Yes.
Okay.
But there is no more than 2 months between sale events this year. And so there is
So you're talking
absolutely-
like mid-season sale.
Yes.
What's that thing in the middle of the
It's like-
year? The
so
end of financial
there's-
year.
Yeah.
After payday in, let's see if I can get this off the top of my head.
Okay.
We've got after payday in March, then we've got Click Frenzy Mayhem in May. Then June, we have end of financial year sales. July, we have winter sales. August, we have after payday again. Then September, October, there's nothing yet, but sometimes things pop up. Then November, there's Click Frenzy Mayhem, the main event, and then Black Friday, and then
Cyber
Boxing Day.
Monday.
So, like, there's so many, and that's not even including end of season sales
Yeah.
that happen at the end.
And I feel like even when it's branded like an Afterpay, whereby to
Yeah.
use that branding, if you are a business, you're meant to pay. But everyone just goes on sale anyway because otherwise they
Exactly.
miss out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. But so we're shopping at sale time, but I want even more discounts. So are there browser extensions? Are there apps? Are there plugins? I mean, obviously, besides coming to you guys to find the best deals, cashback, discount codes, sale alerts. How do we get all those cool little things that all our friends seem to know about?
Yeah. Honestly, the Google shopping carousel is your best friend.
What's that? The thing when you
So,
Google and then hit
yeah,
shopping?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Ah.
if
No,
you
even just up the top. So you don't even
Yeah.
need to go into the shopping tab.
Tab.
But when you say you're searching Chuck Taylor Converse sneakers and the Google carousel with all the retailers that stocks that up the top.
But not all of them. You have to pay to be in Google Shopping because I have an online e-com brand and we didn't used to pay to be in Google Shopping. We never came up. And now we pay to come up in that carousel.
Yeah,
But still, you
right.
get if you're looking for quite a common item, you'll get enough options with prices.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good place to start, and that's a great way to compare things without having to, really do the search. It's
Yeah.
kind of there for you. And then, of course, the shopping tab as well. I also think, like, the good old go onto your favorite brand's Instagram page and look in their tagged photos. And that's where you'll see a lot of the creators that they work with and have discount codes with.
You can also go into brands ads managers and see
What do
all
you
of-
mean?
So this was a recent thing
This
that
sounds
I
very
discovered.
technical. Like on Facebook.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you go into Ads Manager and search a brand, all of their ads that they have running on Facebook and Meta will pop up.
Oh.
So you know how sometimes it
It's
is
like-
all based on your cookies. So
I
like
love
if-
cookies.
Yeah.
People don't want cookies to follow them on the internet. I love cookies following me because it knows I want
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
then it gives it to me. I just wish cookies were smart enough to go, okay, she's bought a couch now.
Yeah.
No more couches.
I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
she's
I'm
moved on.
done.
Yes.
Why don't you know this already?
Okay, so I go onto Facebook, for example, and I'm interested in witchery I
Yes.
just plucked that. And then I go to where?
So
Their page.
the way that I would do it is, because I was just playing around with it the other day, and you just search Ads Manager, and then you go in there, and there's like a little search tab and you just type in Witchery and you can click on that brand and you can go through and just scroll through all of their ads and their graphics, and sometimes there's
particularly smaller brands might have a welcome code.
100%.
Yeah, or like a social media exclusive code. Like you see brands all the time doing things for TikTok or for Instagram only.
Yes.
Yeah, so
that
that's
is
where you can
so
find those too.
smart. See, I'm always Googling such and such discount code, and then a website comes up, but it wants me to pay for the website to get the code. I'm like, well, guys, I'm not going to do that. I just want a free code.
Yeah, exactly. And then cashback, of course.
Can you? I'm not a cashback person. Can you?
Really?
I want to be, but it sounds hard. Can you
It's
tell me?
not hard at
It's
all.
actually so
it's
easy.
really good.
So what do I do?
So there are a lot of different cashback services available.
Oh.
Alex and I have used Shopback though for years and years, so that's the one that we're most familiar with. But with Shopback, for example, you download the Chrome extension or you get the app.
Okay.
And then if you go on the Iconic, for example, you'll get a notification and a pop-up that says that you can get X% cashback. Then you just activate that, then it automatically applies it, and then when you check out, you'll get cashback. So how it works basically is that Shopback is partnered with these specific brands, and then they'll get a commission from the sale that they send through Shopback, and then they pass on a percentage of that to you, and that's how you get your cashback.
Wow. And then the
Yeah.
cashback goes into that account, kind of like a bit of like a PayPal.
Yes.
And then you could withdraw from that into your bank account.
Yeah.
And so that's why it might be pending for a certain period of time, because that stops people from being like, okay, I'm going to get cash back, and then they return their item and they get free money. So it'll sit in like the Shopback account for maybe 30 days outside of that return period that you can return an item.
Whoa.
Or like you can do it with travel, for example. So you'll have to go and stay at the hotel. Once you've stayed at the hotel, you can get your cash back for that. But yeah, it's really good. I think I've saved about $1,700.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can also use, like for Shopback specifically, you can use it in store at some places as well. So I get cashback on my coffee every single morning.
Stop.
Yeah.
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 There
So
goes
there's
that-
lots of restaurants and cafes that do it too.
It's that silly old analogy, like, stop buying coffee, you can buy some new shoes. It's like, no, I want both.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I do it. Cashback.
Now, with all of that said, do you ever shop in real life?
Yes.
Yeah, all the time.
But we're mainly vintage shoppers in real life.
Yeah.
We love a thrift.
Me too. Do you
Yeah.
want to go together one day?
Yeah, let's go. Newtown date.
Yes. Okay, so thrifting IRL, but then will you go to the store, maybe try something on, particularly like for me, sneakers, I'm always different sizes, and then
Yeah.
go home and look online?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time I try something on in person, I'm always in the change room Googling it before I get out to make sure that I can't get it on sale. Because if it's something that I really need right then and there, then I'll buy it. But if it's not, like I'm always checking if I can get it at a cheaper price online first.
It's also good to go in and bet it, because when you're putting it on, something, you know how you're putting it on, you're like, yeah, I don't actually like it that much.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
will you return it had you bought it online, or
Yes,
the fabric might
exactly.
not be? Yeah. Okay. So there's benefits to both. Do you have any underrated brands or retailers that always have good sales or discounts that don't get talked about enough? Or-
yeah. So one that's popping off at the moment lately, especially for homewares, is the Reject Shop. They have been dropping these like little collections of homewares that have been so cute. So last year they dropped this like limoncello summer inspired collection with like the little olive oil bottles and like these lemon shakers, and I was like, okay, you come home with me. And then they did like these strawberry ones, and recently they did like a cottagecore collection, which was like farmhouse cottagecore homewares, and they're so cute. But then also things like your household items, they're so much cheaper from the Reject Shop versus like big brand grocery stores. So if you do want to save money on your groceries, going and getting like your cleaning items or even like deodorants, they had Bondi Sands Fake Tan there for $5 the other day. I know.
I
And
was
I was
in
like,
there
what?
recently getting contact for my son's books.
Yeah.
He started kindy, but it was just because everywhere else was sold out, and I just got the contact and left. I didn't even look around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I always have like a
browse.
little stroll through, and I love it. And then my second one is Uniqlo. They're so good for capsule wardrobes. They've just dropped this collection of tracksuits and sweats, and we posted about it. It had like 1 million views. It popped off, and they're amazing for basics, and I just love them.
Me too. Agreed.
Yeah, definitely. I also think that some of the brands like Kmart, Big W, and Target are really coming through in the fashion department at the moment. I think Kmart, for the last few years with homewares has really popped off. But I think those are great options if you want to buy something that is more affordable but also size inclusive too, which I think is great about all of those brands. And you can invest in, some timeless pieces from there, but they are also always on trend, which I think is fabulous and maybe not something that we would have associated with Kmart when I was a teenager at least, which is really cool to see. But I also would say that eBay is my unsung hero.
Oh, tell.
Yeah, so because Alex and I do love vintage shopping and secondhand shopping, I think that eBay is such a good resource, and I'm always getting really good deals just by putting things in my wish list and leaving it there. And 9 out of 10 times I get an offer for a discount.
Right. So that person that's selling that pair of shoes will go, oh, you know what? I'm going to cut $50 off or $5
usually
off.
it's like 20% off, which is really
Sexy.
good.
And then you just keep watching until you're like, actually, I want to pay that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also
Wow.
Depop. I love the feature on Depop where you make an offer.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I'm like $50 and they're like 70. I'm like 60, and they're like 70. I'm like 65, and they're like deal. I'm like great.
I do that. I do that on Vestiaire Collective, and then I offer, and then they accept it. I'm like, oh no, I still can't afford it. I just was wondering.
You're
if
like, I
you-
just wanted the
yeah.
brush.
Oh, it's still a Row
The
handbag
thrill.
for $10,000 coming from Germany. I just wanted to see if you were willing.
Yeah,
to know.
exactly.
You're just flirting.
So yeah,
Just
make,
flirting.
so make an offer on the places that you can. Would you ever negotiate in real life in a store? Like my husband does it at the Good Guys, and I know you meant to, but I leave because I'm so awkward.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
It depends where. Like, I'm not going to walk into Dish and be like, $20 less. They're like, get out.
Chanel, hi,
Yeah.
I've got $50. What can I get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I grew up with my Italian mother that she found something and it had a makeup stain on it, and she was like, I can get that out. She was like, do you want to give me that for $20 less? And half the time they'll be like, yeah, sure, why not?
My husband's Greek, so it must be
Yeah.
a very that thing. And
Yeah.
he always gets it.
Yeah. But tech places 100%, like JB Hi-Fi, Good Guys, absolutely. I did it with David Jones with my Smeg coffee machine. I got it $600 off it by doing that. Yeah.
I'm going with you guys. All right, so we've talked about budgeting and smart spending because you called Two Broke Chicks and you're all about saving money. You've given some really good top line filters to think, is this an impulse purchase? Am I using my emotions? I mean, and it's also okay to buy something because you want it, but you don't want to go into
Yeah.
crazy credit card debt or
No.
realize you have 10,000 of them already, which is my problem. Cost per wear, is that something you consider?
Yes,
Definitely.
1000%. And it's really unique to everyone. We say this all the time. I bought a pair of green cowboy boots the other day, and I was like, and they were spenny. They were over $200, but I was like, I am going to wear the shit out of these. And it's the rule of 30 that when you look at an item and if you think, okay, would I wear this 30 times? And the answer is yes. And
Whoa.
you can think of 30 scenarios, then you divide that number. We all know how cost per wear works, but $200 by 30. I'm not doing maths. Don't anyone ask me. But then it kind of, you can see that cost per wear is actually a lot cheaper. But if I'm I'm buying these for one festival that I've never worn cowboy boots any other day for the rest of my life or in the past, it's probably not a good investment for that girly. But me, I wear them all the day because I hate wearing heels. And cowboy boots are my party shoe. So
I just
love
love that you think you can wear, that you will wear green cowboy
I
boots
will.
30 times.
I've already worn them, I think, about 6 times.
I
Yeah,
think
and
it's
I bought them 3 weeks ago.
That's also a really good filter for quality. Not so much price, but will that item last 30
Yes.
times?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I remember I used to be like, oh, well, I'll invest in an expensive white t-shirt because that is a staple item that I will wear 30 times. But the reality is will a white t-shirt for me as somebody who wears makeup almost every single day and fake tans, will that actually last 30 wears?
Yeah. Can you bleach it that many times before it disintegrates?
Exactly. Whereas a pair of leather boots or a suede jacket, yes, that will probably last me 10 years plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good filter. I want to ask your opinion on, there's a million different services. I won't name one specifically, but you can get the item now and pay for it later in installments.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
So buy now, pay later tools, I think they're super popular, especially with people that sit in the demographic of Two Broke Chicks. And I think that they can be a useful tool, especially during really busy spending periods like Christmas, for example. And if you're trying to free up cash flow during that time, but you really need to know yourself and know your spending habits. And if you are going to use a buy now, pay later service, you still need to have a budget in place. Still map that out and look at your pay cycle and how that lines up with when the installments are due. Because just like a credit card or just like a buy now, pay later service, the second that you are charged any sort of fee or any sort of interest, it is no longer worth it.
Yeah, it's
You've
not a bargain.
immediately lost money.
And I don't even know if it affects your credit, but that scares me.
I think there's a lot more regulations coming out around it. We do know that it does affect your chances of getting a home loan. So it's definitely a tentative thing. We're very conscious of, we're in a cost of living crisis, and we understand that people, sometimes have to rely on these things just to, buy their groceries. But I do think it's just it's the notion of, even if you're paying full price, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Is like a very popular rule of thumb from some financial advisors. And so, yeah, we kind of encourage people to save up for items and purchase them rather than, using a buy now, pay later service.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least having a strategy in place and not just going in ignorance is bliss.
Do you remember lay-by? Or are you too young?
No, I remember it.
I lay-byed a pair of Sassenby jeans, and I drove from Castle Hill to Chatswood to put money on it because that's how you did it. Oh, those were the days. A few more questions before we get into Boujie and budget. What do you think about individual retailers' sort of loyalty programs? Like, for example, Priceline Sister Club I love because I get so much stuff and then I end up getting $5, $10. H&M I love, but then they go, you've got $3. And I go, amazing! And then I buy $120 something to use my $3. So do you think there's some that do it well? Are they worth just signing up? They're free, a lot of these stores' loyalty programs, and just seeing what they're like?
Yeah, 1,000%. I am a nerd and I love flybys because I've recently gotten into points.
Oh,
and
that's a whole
now
other thing.
A points queen. Because I realised how many places that I was shopping that you can get flybys with, and I've just realised that I've turned into my dad. I just had an out-of-body experience, and I was like, oh, my God. But so places like Kmart, you get flybys, you can turn it into points, go to Europe and have a hot girl summer. But also one that we love is Adairs. They've got a really good one. That
Linen Lovers.
Yes, when they have their Linen Lovers sale, I think we've saved like $600 before, and I was like, absolutely.
Yeah, because that's an example of one where there is a fee
Yes.
to join
Sign
up.
up.
But if you know that you really need new bedding or you're moving into a new apartment and you're going to have to buy new towels and new homewares, you will save money because the discounts are really, really impressive with that. So I think it's the forward planning and thinking about the year and where are you going to be spending the most of your money and where it makes sense.
Also, they have cute shit.
Honestly, Adairs.
Their Christmas collection last year? How dare you?
Well, you know,
Adairs.
Spotlight. So since becoming a mum, I've gone there for craft things. Their homewares have had a glow up, and I think it was free to sign up. I don't know. But their homewares have had a glow up. And then I bought some jeans at one of the big jean retailers the other day. I won't say in case I get this guy in trouble, but he's like, oh, they're on sale. And then if you become a member, you get a birthday discount. I'm like, but my birthday's not till March. He's like, I thought your birthday was tomorrow. Wink, wink.
Love
And
him.
he gave me, the birthday discount. So there's always ways around.
I used to do that all the time when I would sign up to something, and I would say that my birthday was like in the next week, so I would get like the birthday discount.
See, I'm an idiot. I've told them all my real birthday and I get $1,005 off in the 1 week. I'm like, well, I'm already getting presents. Oh, okay. I feel like you could be here for years. Anything else you want to tell the Nothing to Wear listeners before we do Boujie and budget about savvy shopping online, RIL?
I will say, so Al mentioned, of course, all of the sale events, which are coming up throughout the year. But for every single sale event, we release a cheat sheet where we compile hundreds of deals across fashion, beauty, lifestyle, travel, and more. And you can shop all of the discounts in one place. And the chicks absolutely love it. So just follow us on Instagram or TikTok.
How long does that take?
You don't want to know.
Weeks.
You need to charge a membership.
No, because I feel like that goes against like where we started doing it from. And, you know, like we are so lucky to have this audience that like brands can pay us.
Yeah.
We'll get it from the brands.
Yes,
you guys
girl.
get this for free.
Yeah.
Just like the sponsored posts and we're all good. You
Love
know?
it.
But also with our cheat sheets this year, we did this for Black Friday last year and Boxing Day, and we really felt passionate about doing it, that we're going to do it all year this year, that any affiliate revenue that we make from the cheat sheets and from sale events, we donate to charity. And so last year we donated to Sydney Dogs and Cats Home, the people of Palestine and victims of domestic violence, and raised over $5,000. And we were just so happy.
Honestly, I don't know. I just got tears in my eyes.
Aw.
My Cookie and Monster, my cats are from Sydney Dogs and Cats Home.
Oh my goodness!
So
is Alex's cat.
And all the other very worthy causes. Honestly, I could
Yes.
not love you two more. I feel
Oh,
like I
thank
want to go
you.
shopping with you. But before
Absolutely.
We're booking it in.
yes. Before we go bougie and budget. So I'm not going to do bougie and budget this week because I have to bring one every week and it's made me buy too many things. So you're both going to bring something expensive, more expensive than your budget that you're either got your eye on, waiting for it to go on sale, or that you've just bought. Please tell the listeners.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, sure. I'm like, ooh, exciting. Okay,
Let's start with bougie.
we'll start with Boujee.
Yeah.
Okay, so my Boujee purchase is actually a vintage purchase that I got from a vintage store in Newtown, and it's a Suede Fringe chocolate brown jacket. Yeah, and it was expensive. It was around $250. However, it was from like a French leather store, and it was in amazing condition. And while Suede and Fringe is having a huge moment this year, for me that is a staple because I love like a boho chic biker moment. That's kind of like a constant source of inspiration for me. And because it is suede, it's going to be very durable and last me a long time.
And you saved something from landfill and you didn't buy something new.
Exactly.
And if you bought a suede jacket brand new, it would probably be over $1,000.
Particularly a quality like that. Oh,
Yeah.
jealous.
Exactly.
All right, bougie for you.
Okay, I think my bougie has to be my green cowboy boots.
We're
And I
gonna
have to show you.
For those that are watching on YouTube and Spotify, we're going to flash it on the screen,
Where
I
am
think,
I
because
green?
I'm picturing some. They're very green.
what
in
you're
my
saying
head.
is like, you're like, are you sure? And I'm like,
Forest green, olive green.
I sent
dark
them to
green.
Sal because I like got targeted by an ad, and I was
God,
like,
I love targeted ads.
Yeah.
They know me.
I was
I
like,
know. I find
yes.
so many good small businesses that way.
Same.
So they're the Rock Garland cowboy boots, and they were $279.95. This is them.
Oh, wow.
I am obsessed with them, and they're my babies.
They're not suede. I thought they were suede from far away. They're fabulous.
They're amazing.
very, I'm a green cowboy boot.
Yeah. And green's my favorite color. And that's the thing that we always say, that I'm like, that's my capsule wardrobe. Like green cowboy boots. I'm like, I'm going to wear those always.
Yeah,
They're
a
out of
capsule-
stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yes. I
Good
bought
girl.
every size.
Budget.
good. Okay, budget purchase was actually a recent one. So Catch is having a huge closing down sale at the moment.
I'm so sad.
Yeah.
I know. It's the end of an era.
It's
It really
honestly, I would
is.
take my son to try shoes on and then I'd go on Catch and get them for $30 off.
Yeah,
Oh, so
exactly.
good.
So speaking of, I got a new pair of Converse high top platforms for $71. So I saved $69 off the RRP. Yeah.
Okay,
And
I've got to
apparently
go.
Converse is coming back. I saw an article on Who What Wear that was saying that they're back. But again, it's a staple for me.
She's
Yeah.
been wearing Converse since she came out of the womb.
Pretty
No,
much.
but they're very cool again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Mhm.
Shit.
So that
Got to
was
go on
good.
Catch.
Yeah.
And speaking of Catch, I mean, they are disappearing. But you know what else I quickly love that I forgot to say is One Pass. So you pay
Yes.
a fee, but you get free delivery from Kmart, Officeworks, Priceline.
Also 5 times your flybys if you're going
Yeah,
to points.
I got to get into the flyby thing.
You must.
You need
I
to,
have
it's
a
so
card,
easy.
but the barcode peeled off.
Just
Get
put
the
it on
app.
the app.
I don't know how because I don't have the barcode on the back of my car. Anyway,
Just log in.
oh, I'm 100.
We'll help you.
Thank you. Budget.
Okay, I'm going to go along the same lines with this Catch sale, and it was a Glasshouse candle full size for $25.
Stop.
Yeah. I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
I don't know if I even need this. I was like, sure, you can go in the bathroom.
Do your Mother's Day shopping now.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, so many
true.
candles to be bought.
If you don't have a cupboard of random candles for last minute presents, you're not doing life right.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So true.
Sal and Al, I want to come and work with you.
Please do.
No, I'm
We're
not
right around the
kidding.
corner.
Are you?
Yeah.
From my house?
Yep.
Okay.
I know where
we
you
can
live.
be.
But truly,
You're going to go home and we're going to be on the couch being like, Mom, come on, let's go
I'll be
shopping."
contacting your son's school book.
Well,
Yeah.
our new couch is on the way that I got in the Boxing Day sales. So wait for that to come over.
Slay. Wait,
Love.
no, show us. I want to see.
Oh, it's freedom. I'll show you.
Okay.
Thank you for your service. I love hearing that you put out all this great content for free for your audience and that so much goes to charity. You're such a legend. So thank you
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thanks for having us. It's
Yeah,
been
it was so fun. I could have kept yapping the whole time.
You'll be back, trust me.
Yeah.
Can't wait.